High finance is little more than fortune telling and deceit. I mean, it's like trusting not my credit card, but a tarot card reader. And the collapse of SVP is a pretty good case in point. SVP has been hiding its real worth. It's generated rumour and anxiety in a very short space of time in a very small community of high-tech customers, mostly based in Silicon Valley in the US. And it was unable to meet the requests of a total withdrawal on Friday of the staggering $42 billion in a single day. That's a quarter of all the bank's deposits. And the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, which guarantees deposits of up to £250,000, that's a quarter of what Richard Sharp supposedly arranged for Boris, moved into the headquarters in California and declared the bank insolvent. Now, so people who have put money into the bank are guaranteed to get £250,000 back. So if Boris had arranged that amount of money, he would be losing quite a lot. Now, a lot of high-tech companies, as a result, now face uncertainty. Because the bank is going under, they potentially lose their savings, their investment, their security, their loans. Why did the bank get into difficulty? That's perhaps a technical issue that others will unravel over weeks, months to come. It'll be analysed and analysed, like carving up a dead pig. Either I don't know whether it should be looked upon as a sort of autopsy or as dinner. It's difficult to feel sorry for a bank in difficulty, yet the customers must be beside themselves with anxiety. And this is, I hope, why the US regulators have now confirmed that depositors, customers, will be fully repaid effectively from the Federal Reserve. I mean, that doesn't necessarily look after the loans that they are dependent on, as far as I can see. But all customers will have access to their money today. So this might solve the immediate problem, but the bigger problem is what SVP was doing. SVB, sorry. What it was doing, it was lending money to startups that often lacked proper collateral or cash flow. These are the typical things that a bank would look to before it lends money. But, if you've got a great idea, it makes sense that you want to sort of push forward with that idea, and actually society wants you to push forward with that idea. That's how we get progress. We don't always get progress from rich people. And there's nothing in traditional banking that is likely to replace what SVB has been doing. There's still talk of a proper bank rescue. HSBC has been talked about. Elon Musk, even Elon Musk, the man that everybody was being nasty about yesterday, is now looked on as a possible saviour. But it should really all be about reassuring the deposits and shoring up the loan agreements so that the big US tech companies and the UK tech companies that are dependent on them, the entrepreneurs that develop the next super ideas, that all of these can actually keep going, because it's a small part of the business sector which has huge impact on the rest of our modern world. And there's also the threat that there'll be a shockwave that runs through the whole system, a shockwave of anxiety that could shatter banking again. If SVP fails, how many other banks are genuinely going to be safe? Hence, the Bank of London co-founder, I need to find this quotation actually, the co-founder Anthony Watson has said SVB cannot be allowed to fail given the vital community it serves. This is a unique opportunity to ensure that the UK has a more diversified banking sector whilst allowing continuity of service to SVB's UK client base. I mean, there's a little bit of what he says where you just imagine him rubbing his hands with glee at the possibility of all this money that can be made by somebody else's misfortune. There's a side to banking which I find deeply distasteful. Not least the acronyms. I mean, I keep thinking this is SVP, not SVB. But there we are. Silicon Valley Bank. The banks which are lining up like vultures rather than A&E are things like the Business Bank, Barclays, Lloyds, the Abu Dhabi, ADQ, and of course HSBC and Elon Musk. All no doubt rubbing their hands with glee and making suitable sounds. But there is something predatory and rather unattractive about the whole sorry saga. And as I say, it's like looking at people who specialize in fortune telling and deceit.